Hi everybody, my name is Marin here on Danny's Workout, and Danny asked me to come here and share an intermediate yoga routine with you. So let's get right into it. We're going to place both feet together, standing in mountain pose here, aligning our hips and our spine. We're just going to inhale, center ourselves a little bit, get some deep breaths in, exhale, bring our arms down, focus on bringing your shoulders back. Look up with that inhale, bring your hips in line with the spine. Exhale. We're gonna go ahead and inhale. Clasp those arms together, push one hip out, nice little half moon pose here, looking up, keeping those shoulders back, chest open. Very good. Exhale, coming to center. Inhale, coming to the other side. Raise those arms nice and straight. Exhale, coming to center. Inhale again. Bring your hands in prayer pose. Center one more time. Inhale up, and then exhale into nice forward bend. Very good, guys. Bring that belly button right to the tops of your thighs, keeping those back straight and the shoulders back. Lifting up right out of that torso. I'm going to go ahead and face you, so we're going to gently walk out into a nice wide-legged forward bend here. Go ahead and breathe deeply into this. And place one palm in the center and rotate up out towards the side. Breathe deeply here. Toes are pointed forward. Weight is evenly distributed between the balls of your feet and your heels. And go ahead and exchange sides. Place both hands on the ground. Walk your feet in just half a step each and gently come down to a nice garment pose. Prayer pose as we squat deep into this position with both heels on the ground. Go ahead and point both toes forward. Breathe nice and deep here. Open those hips, keep that back nice and straight. Now we're going to place both feet together, and placing both hands in prayer, we're going to place one opposite elbow on the outside of that knee and just rotate up nice and gentle, keeping both feet flat on the ground. Come back to center and exchange sides. Breathe deeply into this pose, sitting into the hips, looking back towards the sky, keeping gentle pressure on the back of your elbow to the outside of that knee. And then we're going to go ahead and gently sit back, opening into a wide-legged seated position here. Go ahead and open your legs up as wide as you can. Push your hips into it, and placing both hands right behind your glutes, you're going to push your torso up. We're going to sit here for a minute as our legs gently warm up and loosen up in this position. This is a nice pose to just sit in for just a minute, because if you sit in it long enough, your legs will release and open up. It's not often that we open our legs into the outside position. We're always opening front and back, but opening them right out to the center. Really good for stress relief. It's really good for tension and overall flexibility. So breathe deeply here. Good. And once we're done with that, bend forward a little bit. Just go ahead and push yourself forward, keeping that torso nice and upright. Good. Sit into it a little bit longer. And if you can go ahead and bring two palms out in front of you if you're already rotated into this position. You can walk out, keeping that back nice and straight. As you can see, we're melting into this position. We're going to go ahead and gently walk back up, placing one leg, bending it and bringing that heel in towards the groin. I'm going to go ahead and reach out to the straight leg and over, stretching out that side. nice and open, keeping that shoulder back, chest open, looking up towards the ceiling. If you want to deepen this pose, feel free to place the forearm on the ground, putting your hand in the opposite direction of your stretch. Very good. Exhale, coming up, then inhale. We're going to rotate our hips forward towards that straight leg and give ourselves a nice seated forward bend, sitting right into this stretch. Bringing that belly button down to the top of the thighs. Keep that back nice and straight. And then go ahead and pull yourself into it. I like to place my opposite arm on the outside ankle to just make sure that I'm rotated straight and bending with evenness on both sides. Then we're going to go ahead and walk forward in this position, opening up just that right side hip. Keeping our torso nice and straight, keep both hips on the ground. Then we will rotate into pigeon pose. So what we're going to do is we're rotating our hips completely around 180 so that they're pointing down towards the ground. Our knees down, our thighs down, top of our foot is down. We're going to walk this front leg out as far as we can, all the way out to 90 degrees if you can, and focus on rooting those hips down into the ground. If your glute can reach the ground, great. If not, feel free to place a bolster, pillow, yoga block, help support you if you need to. Just going to sort of relax here and open up this hip right where we're at. You can go ahead and move yourself side to side, sort of rotate side to side or tilt, whatever feels most comfortable. Opening that front leg up as much as you can. We're going to go ahead and gently bend over, bringing our forearms to the ground. If you can walk out further, bringing your forehead to the ground. Extend gently here. Breathe deeply into this pose. Then we're going to go ahead and walk up very gently, back into the pigeon, and then the one-legged pigeon, bringing this back leg up. We're going to bend, deepening this stretch into our quadricep. If you want to, you can go ahead and hook your elbow to the top of your toes and link both arms up over your head if you feel like it. Go ahead and gently release from this position. I like to sort of push my torso up and bend back before relaxing back down into the seated position. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides. Sitting nice and upright, bending my right leg now into my groin, keeping both hips on the ground. Place my left arm on my left leg and reach up and over, keeping those shoulders back and those chest nice and open. And look up towards the ceiling. You can also bend your elbow if you need to. And then again, to deepen the stretch, place your forearm on the ground, hand in the opposite direction of your stretch. Make sure you're not bending down. You're really open. You're sitting up nice and tall, even though you're bending over one side. Exhale as you come up. Rotate your torso forward and nice seated forward bend towards the left side. Again, I like to place the opposite arm on the outside of the calf or ankle, making sure that I'm stretching evenly and with straight hips. Keep that torso nice and upright. Pull that belly button down towards the thigh. It's okay if one side is less flexible than the other. It's not a flexibility contest. You just want to make sure that you're deep into this pose, opening all of your muscles and joints up. Feel that nice stretch in the side. Good. Inhale as you come up. And exhale as you walk forward, opening up this hip. I feel it in my knee here. That's totally normal. Just take it easy. If you're feeling it there, focus on this area. Focus on relaxing that area. Don't push it too much just because the rest of yourself is flexible. If one part of your body is not ready, take it easy. Keep both hips on the ground. If you can walk it forward to your forearms, walk it forward or to your forehead, whatever's most comfortable for you. I'm staying right here as this side is slightly tighter for me. Make this routine your own. You want to go at your own pace. Challenge yourself, but don't injure yourself. So now we're going to inhale nice and tall, rotating those hips back down to the ground in pigeon pose. Walking that front leg out if we can. Put that back foot on the ground. Go ahead and just ease yourself into this pose. Again, feel free to use any yoga props that you might need to help yourself deepen into it. Like to sit my glutes back, just sort of rocking into it, opening those hips and massaging those glutes. Nice big deep breath here. And when you're ready, go ahead and bend forward, walking down to the palms of your hands, forearms, and even down to your forehead if you feel like it. Breathe deeply. Inhale as you come up, walking gently up back into pigeon pose. Again, I like to sort of push my torso up, looking back. Nice little arch that opens up my hips a little bit more. And then we're going to go ahead and bend that back leg, deepening that stretch into the quadricep. Opening those hips a little more. Feel free to slide your arm down. Make sure you're looking forward, hips are aligned. Go ahead and gently walk back out. Opening up, sitting back down on the glutes here. Let's go ahead and bring our feet together, pulling the bottoms of our feet, our heels, in towards our groin, opening up into a nice butterfly pose here. We're just going to open our knees, sitting nice and erect, breathing deeply here. Bend forward into this position a little bit, bringing the belly button towards your feet. Let's go ahead and move our feet out a little bit further, creating a nice diamond or square with our legs. And we're going to go ahead and gently try to bring our belly button to the ground, bending at the waist. You're going to feel this stretch right deep in the hips, so you go as gently as you possibly can. And this is another pose that's really good to sit into. You want to make sure your torso is nice and upright. Your feet are slightly away from your body, again forming a nice little square here in your lap. Breathe deeply here, then inhale, come up. Tuck that left foot right up underneath your glute, and we're going to go ahead and bring that right leg up over this thigh, bringing it deep into half Lord of the Fish pose. We're going to go ahead and bring this elbow on the outside of our opposite knee, rotate our body out, and raise that hand up, bending at the elbow. The back arm is going to put some firm pressure behind you, and you're going to look behind you as far as you can, maintaining nice pressure on your elbow on the outside of that knee. Good. Deepen that stretch. Sit into it, breathing deeply. Inhale, coming to forward. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides here. Nice big inhale. Exhale as you rotate, keeping both hips on the ground and raising that elbow up, looking behind you. Breathe deeply into this pose. Relax into it, again keeping both hips on the ground. We're going to rotate gently out of this position. And let's go ahead and do one more last pose before we get into lotus. I'm going to go ahead and get into hero pose here, placing our glutes on the ground right in between our feet. We're going to go ahead and gently recline back, lying hero. Gently lower our back to the ground and raise our arms up over our head, getting a nice deep stretch in both of our legs here. Breathe deeply into this position. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and gently walk ourselves up. Very gently. And we're going to get into lotus pose, bringing one foot up onto the thigh and the opposite foot onto the other thigh. Placing both palms up, resting at the top of your knees, we can go ahead and sit here and breathe deeply. Aligning our spine. Feeling really thankful for all that work that we've done. You guys worked really hard. It's a really good routine, and I always recommend sitting in a comfortable, meditative, or relaxing position such as corpse pose after each yoga routine to let your body marinate and absorb all the work that you've done while it's relaxed, loose, and warmed up. So I always recommend sitting down in a meditative or relaxing position like corpse pose for 3 to 5 minutes minimum after every yoga routine while your body is relaxed, loose, and warmed up so that you can sort of absorb all the work that you've done to it. You don't jump back right away into your fast, busy pace thinking and routine. And I find that it helps really sort of set all of that stretching into place, and it helps set the mindset to move forward in a more relaxed, focused state of mind. So my name's Marin here on Danny's Workout. I hope you enjoyed this intermediate yoga routine, and we'll see you guys next time.